podcast, you all with Tactics podcast. Today we're doing a bit of Houdini stuff just for the sake of being a bit more efficient, a bit faster. It is already 1 hour from when I got up. For whatever reason, I didn't do that many things up to now, but I'll show you what I've already done, because it's not much, but it is something. So it is this tiny few, let's get that together, a few plates, because my vision was having something like this. I mean, I could probably also merge that, this, that, and then these are the inner pieces, but this should be what it is like. And the cool thing is, as far as I can tell, yes, it is building me everything there, which is great, which is really great. Can't I use color there? Color. Oh. Can't I use color there? I want to have this red. So when I go to this one, okay, never mind. I would have to go through the whole thing, would I? Or just, doing this, but I actually don't want to make it so complicated. Yeah, there we go, so that we can see things. I'll actually also be able to look through them, but I think that it might not be that possible. But yeah. What my vision is for now is kind of, doing something with those outer parts, which is just these loops, basically. And I was looking into, I don't know, fracturing them, maybe. Maybe this looks cool. I mean, this really does look cool. I would like them to, stay in the shape of this hole, because I still want to be, or let them be around this, this, what is it called now? This box. And so we might actually make it smoother. I mean, this has something to it. Don't want to say that it is overly great, especially because it is somewhat fucked, but yeah, the scale. Okay, and the seed is not that important, and the divisions, I think, want to keep them quite low so that everything works rather well. One is actually quite interesting. I mean, it's also just, going into the ground and stuff, so this should not necessarily happen as well, but what does this look like? This does not look like too much, because we haven't implemented it yet. And I think it is something. It's not nothing. It is something. But I do hope that it somehow works, that I can export it as an FBX, so that I can still use every single piece of this and therefore color it. Maybe we use the polydoc for a second to see if we can fix that really quickly. I mean, he's already done and nothing really changed. It probably isn't that bad anyway. Or maybe we need the normals. Could also be the case. Let's see what it does. No, okay. I was hoping for, these pieces there, which are just definitely not correct, to be correct again. what could also be interesting there to do? I mean, folding the whole geometry and twisting it and whatever. I've already done that. That's not too overly interesting. I also do not really want to combine them to an FBD and then, you know, do stuff with it. But what if I now fract the whole thing? Or fractal? What does happen? Nothing really interesting, to be honest. I don't know what this is. It is something. But I don't like it. I really do not like it. Something to consider and keep in mind is that we're doing a Boolean thing there. So whatever I'm doing here, and on the other hand, it's just not gonna cut itself away. So what if everything stems from this box. What if I twist the box indeed? What if I twist the box? I mean, this is not cool. This definitely is not what I thought it is gonna be like. But I mean, this has something. But I would actually do it, I think, like this. Okay, even though this does not do that much. Okay, neither does this. So we're gonna delete this and maybe use a mountain. Maybe this does something interesting. We'll see. Element size. Amplitude. Maybe this does something interesting, and no, it really does not. What do they look like? This looks interesting. This really does look interesting. But it would be really interesting to see whether I'm having like the separate objects then in the end. Can I use material there as well? Material. Yes, I can. But something like a ghosted view would be hella amazing. So that I can just, you know, look through items. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet in... Okay, there we go. Cool. Well, I think I'm just, you know, gonna leave it at this. Of course, this part just, you know, does not work at all. But yeah. Let's see again if there's some things that we can do. Probably not with the amplitude. Offset. Okay, interesting. But using another. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, this makes it really tall. But this, I don't know. I don't think that I really like it. No, I think I don't. So we'll get away with it. I think one of the problem would be when I'm just, you know, going further from the merge, that it might be displacing it so that it does not work in the end anymore. So I might actually also leave it at this, even though it is really kind of boring. Maybe having some vertical lines and vertical pieces there as well, but maybe as well having this box. I would really like to transform this box in some way. What if I'm just, you know, creating a bit more of these? Does this do any good to it? Kind of not really, to be honest. But big but in which way could we manipulate that so that it is having a more interesting shape? I mean, I could taper it, could I? Well, well, I think we go back to a few less because I like the structure of the horizontal things there a bit more. What I find rather interesting is okay, I see where this is stemming from now. I have started with the box and everything is the box. I'm not using the box and making these platforms out of it, but I'm using the platforms to basically make the box. So and is also, this does not do as much as I thought it'd be doing. So well, it does do something, and I think it is rather interesting, but it is definitely not that interesting in the box, also because the box is this here on that side, and therefore it is not really, well, it is you know, the copy changes the box, but not this box changes that box. So couldn't I use this box, transform it, and make it into that box? But then it would not be controlled by this copy thing there. I think that I'm just going to use a VOB and, you know, fuck all of it quite a bit. So VDB from polygons. I cannot change like the colors individually then, at least as far as I know. But we are also going to get rid of the band, because I don't really like the band, and we're gonna just use this and lower it definitely by a few bits, and then we'll see what we are gonna do. What might be quite interesting is duplicating it and having some, you know, massive structure, but also having a look at what I can do with the VDB: extrapolate, points delete, exclusive mask, reshape, resample, topology, vector, visualize tree, okay, points group. I don't know what this does. Velocity VDB to add vect. Well, VDB from fracture. I can also fracture that shit. Cutter object. What I'm gonna use as a cutter object is maybe that. That could be interesting. Let's see what it does, and let's see whether it just kills everything. But no, it kind of does not. Okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, it does get rid of like just the inner parts of that. Obviously, to be honest, no, this is not what I want to have. Made them even a bit smaller so that it looks a bit nicer there. I think in the end it's just going to be one big box of metal. VDB convert VDB, where are we? Well, maybe just convert VDB, there we go, and let's see what it does. I'm willing to have it as a polygon, and it is interesting. But what we could also do is having this box and mounting that box to see what it does. It does something. I mean, this definitely looks already more interesting because it is somewhat of a different shape. This I really like. So maybe we're also gonna get to subtract, so that we're having a few, you know, places where things are not connected, which might be interesting. And maybe we can also go down a bit more, but I do really like that for whatever reason. Maybe let's choose another one. Another thing. I could also, can't I? Yeah. I can definitely, oh, that was a bit too much. That theoretically was definitely a bit too much, but it's actually not that bad. I thought everything would crash now, and this would not have been the greatest gift of them all. I actually like this structure because we see the platforms there again. So maybe what would really be nice now is having like these again, these vertical lines. How can I do this? I am copying them. So I definitely also need the height. So I'm creating a box. I'm willing to have the box with this height because I need this height. What I want to do though with this box is transform it into something. Are you kidding me? Oh no, it's already doing it. Into something rather small. Definitely not that. And now I'm having this piece, maybe even smaller, so that we're having like this. What if when I'm just plugging it in and when I'm copying it around, it would make sense to copy it around this. No. Have I just fucked this box? No, I haven't. Have I? Have I fucked everything? No. Looks, well, it does not look good, but you know, it looks like what I want to have. Maybe I could, by the way, increase the element size there to maybe something like, I mean, what would really be nice if those platforms adapt to the geometry. What does this look like then? I mean, okay, we're still having the platform, so therefore it's actually not that bad. Having those vertical things, I want to have them aligned at this original, at the platforms, at the size of the platforms. So, I mean, I could just also let it, you know what, we are going to do it like this, and I'm gonna translate it 1.5. 1.5 actually looks quite good already. 1.6 looks even better. And now I'm copying it again or duplicating it again and see what I can do there. I mean, I can translate it probably this way. Okay. Okay. I would also have to not only do it in that way, but also in in minus that way. Yes, 0.5. 0.6 indeed, apparently. Yes, and definitely not copying it just 4 times. I'd at least like it to have it on this side, I guess. I think. I'm actually not sure, but I think. Or I'm just having it on this side. Don't want to overcomplicate it now. I do want to see what happens when I'm now increasing the number and everything should work along. Yes, and it does. That is actually really cool. I really like that. Yeah. Nonetheless, I mean, I could actually also try to export this as an FBX to see whether I can, deal with it in another way. Copy. What if I just, copy the copy? Let's fuck it. What if I copy the copy? I mean, I can rotate it. But the question is which axis it is. No, that was definitely the wrong one. And this was also definitely the wrong one. I would have to translate it then. Well, you know what? Let's just, leave it at this. Let's see what the converter is doing. I don't know if I should even convert it. I mean, it does look nicer then, but I think that I want to try whether I can, get the separate parts out of it. Because I don't know yet. And I would definitely also like to change zero-centered. Negative. Well, positive. I mean, the positive looks better, but let's keep it centered, I guess. Since we're having those platforms, it is, totally fine. Amplitude. I think that I want to have the amplitude rather small. I mean, it looks shitty from this side then. So I should definitely increase that. I mean, this is nice. I think I like that one. It has something to it. But I think I'll definitely would have to duplicate it then for rendering. But I think at this point I'm going to end the episode there. I'll hopefully see you soon. And